If you have popcorn, does that mean you can get within arm's length of a police officer, ma'am? Is that how the law works? But if you have a camera, you can't get close? Just want to clarify for next time. I don't want to break the law, ma'am. Call her Popcorn Myers. That's your name. Popcorn Myers. Yeah, there's a reason why I'm recording you tonight. What's your name real quick?
Officer Myers. 6181.
I'm recording you on purpose.
That's fine, get out of the street.
I'm recording you specifically on purpose.
What I fucking tell you, I told you, I fucking told you. Look at this, you know what's funny? Her sergeant gave us permission to be there.
Oh, really?
That fucking sergeant.
Well, I'm gonna keep walking by. I'm gonna keep walking back and forth.
Let's say we're standing like between the cop cars. Since you guys are standing there, right? And the cars are here, are we cool to stand there and just like, not like be up on you, but just like in the median?
But it's not illegal for us to stand in the middle right here at this time?
Since the cars are here, you guys...
So as long as you guys are cognizant of that, if we need emergency medical attention.
And if you guys gotta go hands-on or whatever the case, you know, medical pulls up, we'll get out, but we respect that.
Yeah.
What's your name again?
I already told you, get out of the street.
Is that a lawful order?
Yep.
It is?
Get out of the street. You're
What's
a pedestrian in a roadway.
It's a lawful order?
Pedestrian in a roadway. I need you to get out of the street.
What would be the crime, though?
Do so now or you will be arrested.
I just talked
get out
to
of the street.
your sergeant just told me I can be here. Why do you think I'm back? Yeah. We just had a conversation with the sergeant. He said we can stand here.
Okay, I'm gonna double check.
Yeah. Man, this lady is a bitch.
Go get that conversation.
Well, I told her as long as they stay out of our way.
He's not. He's totally in my way.
Just stay out of her way, that's all
I'm not in her way.
You're in my personal bubble.
Alright guys, today we're looking at another intense First Amendment encounter where tensions rise almost immediately between police officers and public auditors standing near an active police scene. The interaction starts with sarcastic remarks about personal space, cameras, and police authority before quickly turning confrontational. One officer threatens arrest for standing in the roadway even though the auditors claim a supervising sergeant already approved their location. What makes this opening so tense is the constant disagreement over what counts as lawful orders versus selective enforcement. The auditors repeatedly question why ordinary citizens can stand nearby, but suddenly cameras seem to change the rules. Things escalate even more when one officer admits the auditors are making her uncomfortable because they are standing close to her weapons. Right away, viewers can sense this encounter is less about safety and more about frustration over being recorded in public. The tension here builds fast because both sides clearly came into this interaction already irritated with each other.
Okay, it makes me uncomfortable. I have weapons on me that are within hands reach.
You're escalating and you're raising your voice. You've been
I need you to back
aggressive
away from
since
me.
the beginning.
Back away from me.
Is it illegal? I'm not, is there a crime scene? I'm not interfering with anything.
No, but you are in my area. I need you to back away. You're
within hands.
Order?
It you gave me a lawful. What's the law?
You're within hands reach of my weapons, and I need you to back up.
I'll talk to you.
Like about a year ago, like I said, a year ago, she used my government name, said where I work, and she knew what she was doing because she knows I post my interactions on YouTube. Simple as that. And I do need her business card now, so I will be filing a complaint. Nothing for you. If I can just say Hey, why are you videoing first?
He's a bitch, that's why.
Why?
A whole bunch of shit to my girlfriend a while ago, and then She's trying to give me unlawful orders and saying she's going to arrest me. And her sergeant basically told her to kick rocks, so.
You're within hands reach of my weapons, and I need you to back up. Kind of. Yeah.
Hey Myers, how come that guy was allowed to stand right next to you? I thought you couldn't have anyone next to your gun like that. Remember what you told me? It's just me because I got a camera or what? And because you were so rude to my girlfriend last time you talked to her? How come you weren't going to arrest that guy for being on? Remember when you said you're going to arrest me for being in the street, but that guy was cool, huh? Myers, I think you got pretty girl. You act like that because you're pretty and you're used to getting away.
Now the confrontation becomes much more personal as the auditor directly accuses Officer Myers of targeting him because of a previous encounter involving his girlfriend. The officer continues demanding distance while insisting the auditor is too close to her weapons, but the auditor keeps questioning whether those orders are truly lawful. What makes this section intense is the auditor's claim that other civilians were allowed much closer to police officers without any threats of arrest being made. He repeatedly argues that the rules are only being enforced because he has a camera in his hand. The conversation becomes emotional and confrontational as insults start flying back and forth in public. At the center of the argument is the accusation of selective enforcement, with the auditor insisting that laws and policies must apply equally to everyone. This part feels important because the disagreement is no longer just about recording. It has now become personal history mixed with questions about fairness and police discretion.
With it.
What's up? Why do you guys all film the same thing? Wouldn't you get better footage if you guys split up?
We do. We split up. And we'll share each other's footage.
It just seems like you guys are following each other. It seems like you'd get more footage if you...
That's true. We do split up temporarily and then we come back just in case somebody's in trouble. I don't like him to get too far out of my range, you know.
Oh, so
just in case something happens to him.
Keep an eye on him.
We keep an eye on each other, yeah. So he'll venture off. He got some stuff over there. I might borrow that from him, stuff like that. So.
But they're two different channels.
Yeah. We share footage, stuff like that. But hey, man, I just want to let you know I think I like your demeanor. You're cool. The reason I was recording Myers is because how rude she was to my girlfriend several months ago, and then I came over here and she was threatening me with arrest for standing in that median.
Your girlfriend?
Yeah, my girlfriend. She does recording too, and she had an interaction with Myers, and she was really rude to her.
When was that?
How long ago was that?
Probably close to a year now.
About a year ago, yeah.
I was like, I sent over here. That light's give me a migraine.
Yeah, let me just turn that off for you, bro. So, and the rest, and then I said, hey, I talked to you. You already said we could be here. Like 10 minutes later, there was some guy holding some popcorn, standing like right next to her, like this. Remember, she said I couldn't be within arm's reach. There was some guy right there, and I called her out on it. I was like, hey, man, how come you're not threatening him with the arrest for standing in the median, right? So, that's all.
At this point, the encounter suddenly calms down as another officer approaches with a much more professional and respectful tone. Instead of escalating the situation, he begins asking genuine questions about why auditors record police interactions and how they organize their footage. The auditor explains that different members of the group split up to capture separate angles while also watching out for each other's safety. What makes this section interesting is how quickly the atmosphere changes once both sides begin communicating calmly rather than arguing. The auditor also explains why he specifically focused on Officer Myers, claiming she had previously treated his girlfriend disrespectfully during an earlier interaction. The discussion shifts away from confrontation and toward understanding the motivations behind police auditing. For the first time in the encounter, viewers actually see a productive conversation happening instead of constant legal threats and hostility. The tension temporarily fades and becomes more educational than confrontational.
Man, it's just like it can't be selective persecution, right? It has to be for everyone. So I appreciate you not discriminating against us because we have cameras. She just doesn't like it, and so, you know, but you can't threaten people with arrest for doing something if they're going to allow others to do it. That's all.
So what's your policy? Like this young lady doesn't want to be on your channel because of her job. She doesn't want it to get blasted.
This lady?
Yeah, what would you do for that?
Well, she's in public, so there's no expectation of privacy in public, right?
Yeah.
You know that. So.
I'm just wondering from, you know,
I typically try
humanity.
Right. No, I'm not trying to deny people's humanity, but like typically I'll try to keep people off if they don't want. government
Can you blur
officials.
their face or something?
I have blurred people's faces before, but I usually don't do that because that kind of takes the point of what we're doing away. Because, like I said, cats versus United States, there's no expectation of privacy in public.
Yeah, I understand that.
That's the whole point. And like, I don't go out of my way to record citizens. If I'm recording her, it's actually for her safety. I mean, you guys seem pretty decent, so I don't feel like you guys are going to be doing anything crazy. But that's what we do. We're just here to protect them. So
yeah, and I understand, you know, filming us, and obviously I got no problem with that. I'm just wondering, when you have a citizen that says, you know what, man, I understand I'm in public, but I don't want to be on your channel, do you guys normally say okay? Or
if somebody says, hey, I don't want to be recorded and we're just in public, I'll keep them off. But if they try to like start a conversation with me, then I'm recording because I document every interaction I have. So if I don't mind keeping them off if they don't want it, but a lot of times people come up, like walk up to me and say, hey, I don't want to be recorded. And I'm like, I wasn't even going to record you, but you came up to me, so you're talking to me now, so now I'm going to record you. But no, typically, like if I go into a government building, I'll specifically try to keep them off. If I do record them, it's usually inadvertently.
no?
Yeah.
Hey, sir. You get pulled over tonight. Can I see your license and registration? I smell alcohol coming from the vehicle. Yeah. Is that an open container right there, sir? You got any weapons in the vehicle?
Yep.
Yeah. Do you have a valid driver's license?
Yeah. Okay, driver's license, proof of insurance, registration, please.
The emergency brake's on, bud.
Now the conversation moves into a deeper discussion about privacy, public recording, and the ethics behind filming people in public spaces. One officer asks what auditors normally do when ordinary citizens request not to appear on camera, opening a surprisingly thoughtful exchange about privacy expectations. The auditor explains that he generally avoids focusing on random civilians, but also emphasizes that there is no legal expectation of privacy in public. What makes this section powerful is that both sides begin acknowledging each other's perspectives instead of simply arguing over rights and authority. The auditor even explains that he sometimes blurs faces voluntarily, although doing so too often defeats the purpose of documenting public interactions. This part becomes less about conflict and more about understanding the balance between accountability, transparency, and respecting people's comfort levels. It's a rare moment where both police and auditors actually seem willing to listen to one another. The conversation here feels far more human than the earlier confrontation.
I'm here, you see it right there?
Oh, shoot.
Alright.
You're here.
So, that shows the signs of intoxication, okay? So I'm going to have you step out of the vehicle here shortly. Alrighty, thank you for cooperating. Keep your hands where I can see you, okay? Good,
That's cool though. You guys didn't have it towed. You guys are just gonna leave it here? That's right on. We like that.
She'll probably, a lot of times somebody will have like a friend come and pick it up or something like that, because it's kind of...
Everything winds down here as the auditors begin casually observing a nearby traffic stop while continuing their discussion with officers. The tone becomes noticeably calmer compared to the hostility at the beginning of the encounter, and both sides appear far more relaxed. What stands out most is how the interaction transformed from threats of arrest and accusations of selective enforcement into a relatively respectful conversation about rights, public accountability, and police transparency. Even though tensions were high earlier, the encounter ultimately ends without arrests, physical escalation, or anyone being removed from the scene. The final moments show that respectful communication can completely change the direction of a confrontation that initially seemed headed toward chaos. In the end, the biggest issue throughout the encounter wasn't just cameras or public recording, but the question of whether laws are being applied equally to everyone involved. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.